What's up, Brian55 here. It's been a while again, and yeah, just trying to be consistent on YouTube. Obviously, I'm trying to grow my channel, and I should obviously be uploading more. But anyway, it's no concern. Whatever. Anyway, hopping into this game, I did go into a replay because I wasn't recording when I had this game. Was playing this game, but I thought it was a pretty good game, so I decided to hop back into the replay. So he starts out with a pretty horrendous lava hound, though. He lava hounds right into my fire spirit, which was just pretty awful. Really not the thing you want to do. Just lava hound in the back and eat the fire spirit, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but kind of just stupid. And here he's kind of just gonna spam behind his lava hound. We do get, I'd like the princess opposite, because it forces out one of his air answers on the princess and not behind the lava hound. And yeah, look, I mean, really clean defense, and the ability does a really good job of taking care of the lava pops and the and like damaging down like those flying machines, baby dragons. And yeah, he tries to go with like that was a really bad lava hound. He tried to like get the princess to lock onto the lava hound and apply aggression, but it was really terrible. I know he's down tons of elixir, so I goblin barrel. I also cannon to pull the lava hound and to kill the skeletons, making him respond to my princess again, and just doing a ton more to my tower. So now that was a really good interaction, I think, because it not only pulled the lava hound, allowing it less damage on my tower, it also pulled the flying machine opposite lane, so it doesn't support the lava hound. And then again, when the lava pups pop, I drop a really good ability, killing most of the lava pups and DPSing down that lumberjack. It doesn't get any hits on my tower. Just a really good ability there. And yeah, I'm just going to barrel opposite lane here, keep applying pressure. I know he doesn't really have any good answers. I go with the stupid fire spirit here. Like, that was an unnecessary fire spirit. Yeah, just really trying to stack princesses at this point. My princess takes his tower because he just throws a late tombstone. I go with a mighty miner here, but it doesn't tank the flying machine, so that was pretty bad. You want to keep your tower as healthy as possible, so he has to try to go in with the lava hound to take my other tower, because I know in this matchup he's got no big spell, or not even a log to really DPS down my tower, so the less damage I would have taken there, the better. But either way, just to keep my tower in this matchup where they only have zap is really important. And a terrible rocket here. I thought my princess wouldn't kill the bats, because that's a really bad rocket, because now he can spam his air answers. I don't have a princess opposite lane to force out an air answer or like ground unit, so he can really spam his stuff without me rocketing. So I'm basically kind of just panicking, trying to get back to a rocket here. But the mighty miner ability does come in clutch, killing those mirrored flying machines. And yeah, we get a solid rocket down. I go with the skeletons here to tank some of the lava pup shots. Yeah, the barrel's just going to get damaged. He doesn't really have any way to stop barrel direct damage. And now it's GG because of the rocket. And overall, yeah, I think that was a really good game. And Lava Hound can really be in a really tough and like annoying matchup, it can feel like sometimes with Logbait. But if you can just play it right, you save your Mighty Miner abilities, and like you're going to have a pretty easy time. Because Fire Spirit now doesn't kill a Lava Pup, so it's best to save your Mighty Miner ability for that. And yeah, and like Fire Spirit is another good. And then also to save your rockets, like I was doing a good job of until I saw. But anyway, we have some chest keys, so I figured I had this giant chest sitting around. And let's do a quick pack opening. We got 33,000 gold, 142 wild cards, 64 goblins, 91 goblin gains, a lot of commons, and 70 elixir collectors. Honestly, pretty trash chest. I mean, drop a like if you want some better odds than that. I might put this into a short, but yeah, interesting to know those giant chest odds are so bad. For 12 hours, kind of seems like a scam, but whatever. Anyway, we're hopping into the next matchup here. I decided to throw into this video. This is a couple games later. And it's not because I lost or anything. You can see I had 3 losses, but I was actually playing a different deck, and I went 0-3. So, I mean, that's true. I will show you the, at the end, I do show you my record. So, yeah, well, I can show you that at the end. I went 0-3 with another deck that I don't play. So, that kind of figures. It's one of those things where it's like, when you're trying to do a challenge like this and when you're trying to get wins, just play a deck you know. Like, it's fun to play other decks, but if you're actually trying to win like a challenge, probably not best to do this. But anyway, he's gonna go really aggressive here, so I just go with the Fire Spirit, and I also go with the Mighty Miner here, just so like it's a good dual purpose ability. It protects my princess And it helps kill that Inferno Dragon and Valkyrie. And yeah, also my Mighty Miner gets more value because it doesn't get shredded by the Inferno. Bad cannon placement. I want to place that a tile to the left so the tower targets, and are really terrible skeletons because the bomber splashes onto them and gets 2 hits on my tower, so that was really bad. And I kind of just panic and get desperate for damage. This is not the right play here. Don't do this. Just because you took a couple hits, don't get desperate for like any little bit of princess damage and just waste elixir, because it's not worth it here. He goes with this kind of worthless ability because I don't actually think that hit my Mighty Miner. It might have actually, but I'm not sure. It didn't do that much damage. Kind of pointless ability. But yeah, don't waste 3 elixir like I do like that just to get a little bit of damage. And also, like, a really good player will probably know you have Princess in hand and might predict it. So yeah, just don't do that. It's just obvious. It's stupid. But yeah, I just kind of panic when I get down damage. And obviously, you can make up that damage in the late game with Princess at the Bridge chip and Barrel chip. Don't do it when you're down elixir like I was. Just don't do it when you're down elixir, I guess. The big one. And I misplaced my cannon again. That placement is actually, yeah, it actually doesn't pull Hog Riders for some reason. It's just that placement. You can place it further and it will pull, and it's just a different placement. But for whatever reason, that like pathing just doesn't pull the Hog to the cannon. So that's just a weird. And I always end up doing it like half the time. It feels like he's playing this really weird, just double dropping. And again, I kind of panic and go with because it's just the Hog coming down kind of fast, and I just panicked and threw my cannon down. But yeah. So yeah, that was kind of a worthless log. I don't really know. I thought maybe the bomber wouldn't cross the river and it would have damaged down my Mighty Miner more, so I wanted to throw that, but it wasn't really necessary. Anyway, yeah, again, he just kind of double places and now I finally placed a solid cannon. Actually, never mind. Yeah. I swear other games my cannons are good. It's just the way this guy is playing his hogs just kind of makes me panic for some reason. Kind of an unnecessary Mighty Miner ability. I don't know why I did that. Just kind of wasted the elixir there. Oh no, well I guess I think why I did that, this is in post obviously, is so I could keep the 3-card cycle alive. And I'd cycle my rocket faster. I'm not sure if it really mattered anyway. Rocket was probably next to my cycle no matter what, but yeah, I mean if you keep Mighty Miner on the board, obviously, it does give you a 3-card cycle because you can't play 2 champions at the same time. So you can cycle Goblin Barrels and Princesses faster. So that's a good quick tip if you don't know. I feel like that's something everybody should at least know. I feel like most do, but if you're playing one of these challenges and you've never played with champions, you might not. Anyways, we're going into the next one here. And yeah, we haven't really played too many I don't really play too many real decks in this challenge. Everyone kind of has like to make their own decks at this kind of range. But I mean, that Lava Hound deck I played in the first game, Lava Clone, is obviously a real deck. And here, yeah, I just kind of placed my Mighty Miner on his Valkyrie. And I'm just trying to basically, and I pop the ability and go with a log to DPS down the Executioner. And unfortunately, his Royal Giant does get a couple hits here. And his Executioner stayed alive and killed my Princess. But it's unfortunate, but I'm just not going to get crazy for damage. I play better in this one. Just Princess the back, launch a barrel, see what he has. He does get that nice King Tower activation there, but I'm pretty sure if you do it right, you can pull all 3 goblins to the King Tower. Or at least damage down. You got that third goblin, damage the third goblin down a little bit. Although, I don't totally know how to do it. I think you always take damage if you... I think I think there's a way to not do it, but I don't really know. Anyway, talking too long about this. I just kind of go with the cannon here. I don't really have anything to cycle. I don't really need it for his Royal Giant, since I do have a Mighty Miner, and I can just cycle back to a cannon anyway. I have a very fast cycle. Also, how about we nerf Executioner? Like, his range is just ridiculous. I don't know. He doesn't need to be nerfed, but, like, man, that thing, like, the range on that axe or Executioner, like, axe is crazy. And I do a really stupid play here, and I place my Mighty Miner, like, low, so he does a good tornado and lines up the bowler with the King Tower. That was pretty smart and just kind of bad on my end. A lot of times bowler tornado is a pretty common duo, especially when they're usually playing like Graveyard or or Lumberloon. All of those decks really have Tornado. But I guess I just wasn't expecting it since he's playing RG. It's a very weird deck, by the way. Again, just a make your own deck. We do log this back here and place the Skellies. I'm not sure if the Skellies were necessary, but we don't take any hits. And at this point, I'm down a lot of damage, but 14 seconds, not looking great, but I know I'm up quite a bit of Elixir. Well, maybe not a ton, but I knew I could kind of defend pretty easily here. He has no real reset for my Mighty Miner, and it just kind of shreds whatever he places. So yeah, it's pretty solid for sure. And then yeah, I just popped the ability to DPS. I kind of get a nice little Skelly surround here on the bowler. I get a Mighty Miner. I know he's got no Fisherman at this point. Whenever you're playing a RG deck, you probably want to have a Fisherman. I went with the Cannon here just in case. It proved to be a very smart play because he tornadoed my Mighty Miner off. And if I hadn't gone with the Cannon there, he would have gotten a ton of damage and probably won the game right there. And also, Barrel in the front was bad there because I know the only answer he has in hand is Valkyrie. Or, well, he doesn't like to play his Tornado for some reason. Also, bad Princess. I lined up the Cannon and the Princess, but... yeah, if I would have just played my, Mighty Miner, I would have got turned up. But as I was saying, we just barely survive his thing there, and I know I have to go in at this point. I'm just praying I can get this down faster than he can get damage on my tower and cycle back to an RG. And honestly, that was way too close for a game where he was playing, like, such a weird deck, but either way, GG's. And I think I played somewhat well. It could have been a lot better with some of my Mighty Miner, especially that Mighty Miner placement on the bowler. That was pretty bad. But yeah, and some of my Princess protection. I just protected it and like somehow, and yeah, the Executioner just got a ton of damage. So there was definitely some good things you could take from that game, and a lot of like things you could definitely learn from. I don't know what it is with bowler today, but everyone's rocking the bowler. He just goes bowler in the middle, first play, which. If you're playing like a bowler like a deck with bowler, never go bowler in the middle first play. Like that's just such a. And yeah, I end up going with the rocket there. It does kill the mini P.E.K.K.A. without any damage on my mighty, and DPS's down the bowler, and my 20% battery just popped up. I don't know if it lagged or something, but anyway, and yeah, I just go with the Mighty Miner ability to kill off the I finally placed a good cannon, by the way, there, if you see both towers locked up. But I'm all over the place. I killed the Firecracker with my ability. Well worth it for 1 elixir. And, yeah, pretty solid. I did accidentally place the Mighty Miner low again, and I lined up the bowler and the tower, and the Firecracker kind of splashed on. So that's something to learn. Play your bowler. Rocket first, although I guess maybe I didn't have rocket in hand, but you probably still should play your... Mighty Miner behind the bowler like I do here, so it shoots backwards. And then I can also pull the mini P.E.K.K.A. back up without taking the bowler shots and the Firecracker splash onto the tower. And yeah, Mega Minion, don't have to worry about that too much. Can really just counter that for 1 elixir there. And by the way, here, obviously, I should have just, instead of logging this, which is fine, I should have activated my King Tower with the Fire Spirit. If you play your Fire Spirit low and on an angle towards the King Tower, the Firecracker will shoot it, and it's like after splash shot will like hit the King Tower. His Hog does get 1 hit because he earthquaked my cannon, but it's not too bad at the end of the day. I just didn't have a good hand to place anything to stop that Hog hit, but so yeah. And yeah, I just kind of go Fire Spirit Barrel, and he gets the arrows down really late. I go with a nice prediction here. If you see what I did there, I placed I knew he was going to go bowler or Firecracker onto my Princess, so I placed the bowler to the side, so that his bowler would shoot my Mighty Miner and get shredded by it, and it was on an off trajectory and it wouldn't splash my Princess. Same with the Firecracker shots, and that forced out a cannon and a bunch more elixirs. So that's a really good tip right there. I might edit this into a short because that was a pretty clean prediction. So hey, if you want to see these videos in the long form, see any tips I have, and just learn from my, honestly, sometimes awful gameplay, you can check out my longer form videos, Ryan55, and I also post shorts quite often too, so feel free to check more of those out. And yeah, that goes for everyone watching the video too. I just know if I upload shorts, they do tend to get more views. But yeah, here we just logged the hog back this time. I accidentally logged it into my tower, so a little bit of a 5,000 IQ play right there. Logging the hog rider into my tower to take that hit. Obviously, log the hog rider back away from your tower, like if you're in that scenario, but luckily I had enough of a lead to win anyway. But if you're in a comp game with one hog hit on the line, don't log the hog rider so it bounces forward. Log lower so the hog goes back, obviously, okay? And here, like I said, I'm 8-3 at this point. Just watch me open some chests here, incredible. But I'm 8-3, but I actually was 8-0 in my last 8 because I was playing this log bait deck. You can see here, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row. And then I was 0-3 to start out the challenge. I was playing, if you know Baby Nate maybe on YouTube. If you don't, he's a great YouTuber. Check him out. I was playing his minor control deck, and I really